Well, hello everyone, it's Jeff from midatlanticcraps. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and I'm also dual streaming over there with Ed on the Roll to Win Craps YouTube channel as well. Ed, I know I can see your screen, I can see you moving, but how are you doing tonight, my friend?
I'm doing well. I'm
Oh,
just
there we go.
messing with you. I'm just
Oh, man,
messing with you.
Don't do that. You know as many times as I've had audio issues with microphones on both shows. This show, your show, my show, Craps Chat show. Oh, it happens every single time. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Just messing with you. Just messing with you.
Well, I'd like to welcome everybody to this. It's another Thursday night, and here we are with Ed from Roll to Win, Ed Robinson, Roll to Win, Jeff Mack right here, the voice from Mid-Atlantic Craps. And Ed, you were worried about nobody was showing up. We've got 15 on your side and 11 on my side. So to me, 15 and 11 sounds like about 26 people, and it's gaining now. So hopefully we have a good show tonight. 2 weeks ago when we were here, 2 weeks ago, we said that we took a question, and to be honest with you, I don't remember who the question was from, but somebody asked you late in the show, hey Ed, what do you do to change dice sets in the middle of a roll? And you said, wow, I don't think we have enough time in this show. And so here we go. We're back for another show. We do have a Crapsee table going. We're hoping that Crapsee is going to work similar than it did earlier today on my Midday Mac show. The Crapsee code is, let me make sure that Crapsee code is right. Yeah, R Robert 7, M Mary 9, G4, G George 4. So the people playing along with Crapsee, if we struggle with Crapsee tonight, we're going to stop playing it, but we're going to see what's going to happen with the Crapsee. I'll head over there. We'll get started here in a little bit. Ed, let's talk about the tails. Let's talk about the tails from the table real quick. You had an episode, part 2. You had part 2 come out last week with Heavy. There is a part 3 coming, but this coming Sunday night or the next show is $5 bill. Is that right?
Well, yeah, and it's not this Sunday. It's Sunday after next.
Okay, yeah, because we have Craps Chat this
I'm
coming
trying
Sunday.
to do them about every 2 weeks.
Right.
I'm trying to do them when y'all are not having Craps Chat.
Right.
On Sunday.
Yep. Well, I think the last couple times we've run it, you have been like right when you ended, we kind of started, and it worked out really well. I'm interested in this $5 bill story. You told me a little bit about it, but I want people to understand that the Tales from the Table, although you've seen parts 1 and 2 with Heavy from Power Access Group, there is a part 3, but it's just not going to be consecutive back to back. You're doing a show with a guy by the name of $5 Bill. I actually told Clay that's who was coming up next, and then I saw your thumbnail came out. He actually says he's in some type of craps forum where he doesn't know him, but he's talked to him before. So that's an interesting fact that as old as that gentleman is, that, well, I guess Clay's old too. So
I think he told me he was 78 years old.
Yeah, well, Clay is here. I like what he put up there. I just put that up on the screen, what he just said. That
Scotty Free says the code is not working. I guess he's talking about Crapsee code.
All right,
on my
give me 1
side.
second here. Yeah, let's see. Do I have the wrong Crapsee code up there? I'm gonna look again. Crapsee code R7 M9 G4. There are people in the code. I'm not sure what device you're using, Scotty. If you were around today when we had Chuck from Crapsee on the show, he talked about whether you're using an iOS device, which is an Apple phone, or an Android device. Try to log in again. That is the right code. I have people on the table working. Some of you may have to wait for the first roll to get out before you log in, and I'm not going to go through all the issues that we had there. But if we can use Crapsee tonight, we can use Crapsee. What we're really here today is to work with Ed, talk to Ed, share some stuff with you guys. If you have any questions during the night, please put a capital Q in front of it for questions, or at least something that attention, an @ sign with Ed, something like that, so I can draw attention, try to come back to that question. We will be doing a live rollout here. We'll try to answer the question. If during the hand is practical, we will. But if it's not during the hand, we'll answer it at the end of the hand or at the end of the show. So I believe over in Crapsee, Ed, they have a $3,000 bankroll. It's a $15 minimum table. They have 10 times odds tonight, so you get to play your 10 times odds like you did 2 Thursday nights ago, and that's how you whipped my butt with the 10 times odds, because I was not doing that. The field is paying double, and the ATS is 30 and 150 to 1, so that's the rules we're going to use tonight as well. So, Ed, if you're ready to get this thing started, let me just check the chats and say hello to a couple people. I know you said that Scotty said it wasn't working over there.
Yeah, we've got a bunch. Bud and Justice, Jen, and H2O, Scotty. There's a bunch of people on my side.
Yeah, there is. Demon Dog, California. That's Ron from California Craps Club. Craig Hazen. Not sure I recognize that name, but he's probably a subscriber of yours and not of mine. Justice Jen's over there. We got Bud. There we go. Bud's here on your side. Yep. Guys, so I'm picking up chats from both sides, and I'm the one doing the producing here. If you didn't get a chance to see my behind-the-scenes video release yesterday, it's about 20 minutes long. It's interesting to see what I do, and I've had some really good comments on it. Ed has seen it. He knows what I do, but it's an awful lot to get done to produce one of these shows. So you got Scotty Freed, Bud's there. Let's see, Mark the Point. Mark the Point's over on your side. Yeah, that's Ron. But Mark, he's a traitor. He's on your side tonight, not on my side. Daggone it. Yeah. Then over on my side, we've got Frank. We're watching the birds. We've got Jeremy Bennett. Clay's here. Lou is here. Chuck from Crapsee is over there on my side. How you doing there, Chuck? Glad to have you back. Let's see, who else do we have here on my side that's here? Bill, that's Weck, W-E-K, is over here. And Ron is over on my side. Thank you, Ron. Joe Ramus is with us. That's good with us. So we've got a good crowd here. Got a good crowd. Yep. You've got 20 watching on your channel, and I've got 20 on my channel. So 40's not bad. Here's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to roll out and talk as we roll it out. We're just going to come out and roll some hands. When it gets to a point when Ed thinks that he needs to change the dice set, he's going to do it I guess in turn, he's going to change the dice set. He's going to try to explain it to you, but we don't want to ice the shooter. After the hand is over with, he can come back and tell you what he did, and then maybe he can help and critique me with what I'm doing. So we're going to take turns shooting. We hope to get about 6 hands in, and we hope to have better luck than we have had last show, and definitely better luck than we had the show before last. So, Ed, if you're ready to get it started, we can.
I am. I'm just going to say one last thing about $5 bill. If you can watch that, because I did something I don't normally do. I made a plea to the group that'll be watching. He is a disabled vet, and he needs some legal assistance, probably. But anyway, I'm not going to get into all that. But if you can watch it, it'll be heartwarming at the end for sure.
All right. Well, Ed, good luck to you. To long rolls. Hopefully you'll roll for the entire 2 hours and I don't have to shoot dice. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to halt the people on Crapsee. So that means I've stopped them from betting. Guys, you may have to wait one hand before you jump in. Chuck from Crapsee's on my side. And Ed, I can tell you that the dice are out. And I assume you're starting with that 1, 5, 4, 6 set?
Nope. That's going to be my regular set. I'm going to start out with a 6-2, 4-2. I mean, 6-2-4-1.
Your blue dice are set up wrong.
No, I'm going to use them in a minute. I'm using the come out set.
Okay.
I'm playing my world bet ace deuce.
Okay, I got to get my chips out. I don't even have my chips out here. They have chips on the table.
I'm going to pretend you got them.
Yep.
All right, we got a 5-3-8.
Okay, 5-3-8. We'll mark it up. For those of you in Crapsee, if you didn't get in on that bet, you can now get in on the bet now. 5-3-8. Let's see what happens.
I got $30 on the pass line, so I can go ahead and do.
Yeah, you can go ahead and keep going. Let me just lock them out. I'm still setting up my chips.
Yeah,
they don't know the whole story, but They don't know the whole story about what it took me to get here today. I actually literally walked into the studio with 15 minutes to go and had to set up everything. They don't know that part. All right, so there's my 3,000. I would do a quarter on the line. 10, 5, 10 is where I should have been. 10, 5, 10. And we've got 3,000 to play with. What kind of bets are you coming out with, Ed?
I got $300 odds on the 8. I'm doing $90 6, 50 on the 5 and 9, quarter on the 4 and 10, which is all stupid.
Okay.
But we're doing.
But you got $3,000 to play with, right?
I do at the moment.
All right. At the moment. Well, we both got to wound up on the positive side on the last show, so we'll see what happened today. Birdman just walked in on your side over there. Yep, we're ready. Dice are out.
Oh, big hot. Ace deuce.
Ace deuce. All right, I see what they're saying about my my chat. I've got the wrong code in there for the chat, Ed. I see what they're talking about now.
Okay.
So I'll put that in there for them. Crapsee code. I think I just spelled that wrong. R7 M9 G4. I see what they're talking about. All right, guys. There's the right Crapsee code. I spelled Crapsee wrong, but we're gonna trade it out on my pin side. I'll put it over here on Ed's side as well. I just can't pin it to his screen.
And I don't know how. So there you go.
Left click pin. It's all right. You're good. I put it over there. All right. That was an ace deuce, right?
Yes.
1, 2, 3 does nothing for me, and I'm good to go.
Six, 3, 9.
6, 3, 9. Now you went heavy on that 9, if I remember when you put your chips out there.
I got $50 on it.
Yep, I had a quarter. I went 160 across. I'm going to make it to 35.
So I will collect that 105.
Okay, and that's your stopping point where you collect on the 5 and 9s. When you can rack that black, you collect it before you press it. Is that right? Most of the time.
Well, I mean, it doesn't pay as good as the others, but that was $105 that covers a lot of this exposure I've got out here.
Right.
So I'm trying to play smart. It's hard for me to do that.
All right. Well, the dice are out.
Six, 4, 10.
6, 4, 10. Let's mark it up on the end. All right, I have the right code pinned in my chat on midatlanticcraps. I've just put it in Arnell's. The code that's in the bottom of your screen is correct too. R Robert 7 M9 G4. Welcome to Arnell over on the Roll to Win side. How you doing, my friend?
I pinned it.
Arnell saying.
I learned something.
Oh, did you? Did you get it pinned? Oh my gosh!
I get extra credit.
You get extra credit, all right. All right, that'll pay me 50 for one. I'll take the 10 up to 35. Mark the 10. We see them coming in the door now on Crapsee. They are coming in the door. We're up to 12 people in Crapsee. We're ready whenever you are.
Uh-oh. We're out.
Uh-oh. You're
You
out.
heard that? You heard that little diddle-it when they landed?
Yep, I did.
I could hear it.
Yep. What was the combination?
4-3.
4-3. That's all I did all day today. All right, so 4-3. That's an average roll. You're up to 5. 4-3.
No, that ain't average.
All right, so over on my side, Chuck's there. Chuck, just so you can see it, he said he didn't get paid on the 9, but I think Chase came in on that hand. So, guys, there is an issue with Crapsee that will be corrected by the beginning of the week on the payment. It may miss a roll with the very first roll on the very first time. I spent an hour on the phone with Chuck today after the show, and he explained a lot to me. And you got to give him props because he's actually on a cruise ship cruising this week, working with his development team, and he spent more time at his cabin working on this than spending time with his family on the cruise ship. All right, so Ed, you said that that noise, sound like I'm talking about a heartbeat or something. Did you know it was going to be a bad roll when you got rid of it? I mean, did you do something that you noticed?
Well, they flew pretty, and they landed pretty, and then they did a little double click on the table real quick, and I didn't like the sound, and when I looked up, there was a 4-3.
All right, so I got to take my table down. That's 160. That's 185 that I would be out of the $3,000 bankroll. I'm picking the chips up on my table right at the moment. We'll switch to my table, and then I'll take over with the turn rolling. So let's go ahead and just change the screens. I'm going to do again. I'll do 30 this time on the line. A $25 Mac bet or the bonus bet. That's 10-5-10, and a $10 craps bet. Get some dice out here. Now, you know my standard. You probably should know it by now. I usually do a 1-2-2-3 or 1-1-2-1-3. I'm going to do the 1-2-2-3 on this come out. It's just.
I got a quarter in the field.
All right. All right. So let's see, how many do we have over here in Crapsee now? Looks like we still have 12. We got the redneck up on top there. He made some money on your roll, but here we go. Marble Fork, you just left Crapsee. You're probably going to miss this first roll unless you're going to come back again. So let's go ahead and get this hand started. 1-2-2-3. Dice are out. That was a short roll, and we do have a come out 7. Hope nobody was working.
Can't even
The
see
rebuys.
your dice.
You didn't see them?
Well, I mean, they don't. The screen that they're landing on.
Yeah. Oh, it's
not
oh
there.
My goodness.
Frozen.
Did that one other time. Yeah. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. Let me enter that 617. I didn't even test that. You know, I walked right in, Ed, when we got
Yep.
we got started. Yeah, well, I'm sorry. I'm trying to see which one of these I want to do. So give me 1 second, guys, while I make an adjustment here. And 617. Let's see, how can I get that table camera to work? Let's try it this way. Hold on 1 second.
Because it's just a frozen screen.
Yeah, and it's still not working. I may have to make an adjustment with the camera here. Let's see. That into here. That goes back into there. It is not starting, and I do not want to have to start the. I should have checked that before I did that. I do not want to restart the computer because that's probably what it's going to take me to get that to work. Let me try this. Let me take that out of here. And I am going to put that in here. Let's see what happens.
Test.
Give me 1 second while I diagnose this problem. All right. So that is it. Ed, I may have issues on my end with this camera, and we may just go ahead and I'm going to pass the dice to you. How about I do that? I had to come out 7.
That's fine.
Let's go ahead and do that while I work for that. I had to come out 7, guys. I'm going to I'll pass the dice to Ed. All right, Ed, you go ahead and do that one, and I'll keep up with you while I try to fix this camera issue.
Okay. All right, so I'll come out with that 5-6-4-2 again. 4-2-6. 6 is the point.
All right, 4-2-6.
I'm changing to a 6241. Did you enter that in Crapsee so I can shoot?
I did. I have found the problem.
All right, I'm going to shoot 6241.
Please do.
Whoa, land on the corners. 415. I ain't got any money out there. You
415.
threw me off. All right, I'm going to put
You
back
have
out there what that threw me off. I didn't even make my bet, so I'm going to place the bets I was placing earlier. I can do that. It's my table. I'm the dealer.
You
I'm
can
the
do
boss.
it. It's your
Huh?
table. It's your casino.
Yep.
All right.
Well, let's do $100 odds. All right, so the 50 pays let's see, 75 for one, right?
You're doing your odds
At
in
50.
Mississippi, yes.
$50. I'm not doing this. I'm trying to do Yankee odds. Yankee play.
Odds. I like the way you say that. So you had a 5. You set a point of a 6, and I get paid on the 5 yet. I've got
And then
my
I got a
camera
4.
fixed now.
Then I threw a 4-1.
Okay. Yep, I got that. 35. Point is 6. Craps bet falls.
Well, I changed because I wanted to set that gave me a better opportunity to hit the point. I did not change
that.
based on what I saw on one. He's asking me a question on my side about
Okay.
why I changed sets. I changed sets because I wanted to try to hit that point.
All right. I'll go back to that question. We're ready whenever you are, Ed.
Okay. 6241. That was an ugly toss. 426 is the point, though. We'll take it.
So the question you were talking about, Ed, is it the one I just pinned up on the screen? Is that what you were responding to?
Yeah, he says, what I do not understand. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. All right, it's going to pay me 30 on the line and 30 on the odds.
Yeah,
$10
it has
crap
nothing
bet.
to do with what I saw on the roll, other than the point was 6, and I wanted to try to roll a 6, and even with an ugly shot, I did. So
Okay.
I'll take the ugly shot win. Much quicker than a pretty shot loss, like before.
All right, Chase, on my side of the stream here today, take care, my friend. Sorry, Crapsee wasn't working for you, but I got faith in them. They will get it straight. We're ready whenever you are. Ed, you're coming out?
Yeah, I'm coming back out with a world bet and the ace deuce again. I don't know why anymore, but I'm doing it. 5, 6, 4, 2. And there was a 617. So the world is a push. Everything else is a push except for my ace deuce.
All right. I'll get 30 on the line and got to put my ATS back up for 25. So it's going to cost me a nickel.
I went 10, 5, 10, so I'm just a push all the way around.
No, cost me a nickel. Birdman, I appreciate that. We'll think about that next time. Appreciate that.
Real big rollout. Another 7. 5,
Combo.
2. Push.
5-2. Cost me another nickel.
Yep. Now run over this chip. Cost me another nickel too. Need to hit a 12 or something.
All right.
Three, 2, 5.
3-2-5. So new point's going to be a 5. Let's Let's mark it up. 325. I'm just going to bring my 35 that was on the 5. I'll put 30 in odds. I went from a quarter to 35 on the previous 5 hit.
All right, so I won 120 on my odds. I'm putting that on the 6 earlier. And I'll do $100 odds on the 5.
All right, I'll answer Birdman's question after this roll.
And I'm out.
Combo?
6-1.
6-1. Well, we're not off to a very good start. So, real quick here, before I answer the question, let me let Chuck see this. Over on Roll to Win's channel, Chuck, Arnell was saying he didn't get paid when the 7 come out. It always takes my moolah. I don't know if that was serious or not because he's kind of got a funny face there. But to Birdman, that was the $99 Amazon camera. The issue was with me. The USB port, I had left my software turned on from the previous show earlier today. In this setup, I did not reset the camera. Remember, keep it simple. It's always something really simple. I went to the most difficult thing at first, wiring, and all I had to do was push the reset button. So, all right. Get my table up here, switch camera screens. All right. That was my $99 camera, is true. That it was. All right, so Ed, anything that you've seen where you started today? Did you practice before we got started? You know what? Your rolls have been.
I rolled some while I was waiting on you, and I rolled real well.
And that's how it goes. All right. 30 on the line, $10 craps, 25, 10, 5, 10. Reach across there. And now let's see what happens. Just to make sure this camera's working, I'll do that. It is. Simplest things first. All right. This come out's going to be a 5115. 5115. And here we go. The dice are out. A little short on the roll. We've got ourselves a 639er. Point's going to be a 9. $639. Now, Ed, I'm going to be throwing this El Toro set that he helped me with, just to refresh your memory so you look at a pair of dice. It's the 6442. If you remember, a week ago Tuesday, you and El Toro were on my daytime show, and after the show, he suggested that set to me.
Okay.
So that's what I'm going to be throwing. It's not a conventional set unless you roll it around and look at it and tell me, yes, it is a conventional set.
They're all conventional. There's only 576 sets.
Yeah. Greg over on my channel says, shake it off. You can do it, Ed.
Greg's loving me right now.
he loved me earlier. he sent me a text after the show and said, Jeff, you were real good on the dark side. The only problem is you threw so many naturals that I would have killed him. I was throwing 7s and 11s on the come out if you're on the don't. After that, it was short rolls.
That would have hurt him.
Dice. There's a mid-mo-yo. The left die wound up on the 6, and the right die is on the 5. So I didn't put my bets out here. Let me get my bets down. I forgot to totally do that. I'm so just
yo, better yo time.
If that's what you say.
I'm just gonna do a $20 horn.
Okay, make change there. I got to cap it. I never put my bets on the table. And I'm not going to come out in the field. I would have had a field bet on that first one, but we're going to do it again. 6, 4, 4, 2. Let me enter that last roll for the Crapsee people. It was a mid-mo-yo. For those of you that didn't know, Chero's wife went live last night, late on the East Coast, a little before 1 o'clock. And she She showed a little picture candle, a picture of them and a picture of his daughter and them, and told us when his celebration of life was going to be, and that's going to be on September 23rd. We'll give you more information. Watch John in the morning and my channel and Alfredo's channel and Joe's channel. We'll let you all know. Here we go. Dice are out. 6442. That's to the right. I pulled it to the right. We got a 426. 426. Mark it. 426. I got 60 on it. It's going to pay me 75 for 5. I need the reds. I'll take the reds. That's just going to be a collector for me. I can tell you right. All right. Well, I went up because of that the last hand. I can tell, Ed, when I'm throwing the dice right now, I'm actually throwing to the right side of the table, and I need to be able to correct that. So mechanics is extremely important.
Get out over the top of your dice a little bit and look down your line.
Okay.
I have the same habit.
Yeah, but if you can't pick those kind of things up when you're shooting, you're really kind of shooting yourself in the foot. Here we go. 6442. A little short on the landing zone. We got a 6410. The 10 came easy. 6410. Just realized I forgot to put my dice cam up there, but you guys can see the end of the table on this setup. 6410.
All right, I'm now across on you. You hit my little field bet.
I'm not on the 10. I won that $70. I probably should have. I think I will. I'm gonna take 30 of that previous win. I should have before and didn't do it. That was my stupidity. And I'm going to put the 4 and the 10 out here for 15. All right. 10 is marked. 6442. 6442. Here we go. Dice are out. A little to the right again, and we got ourselves an Old Bay bushel. Back-to-back 10s. I would have flipped that to 100 had I had money on it. Damn it. 10 is marked.
I'll go to 50. I'm
going to go to 35. 5, 5, 10. That's going to pay me 27. Bring 6 back to the rack. Take the 10 to 35 on a buy. On East Coast, they take the vig up front. And we'll take the vig. 6 back to the rack.
I don't have a Yankee thing.
Yankee thing. One of these days you'll get up this way. You'll play us with us Yankees. I need an inside hit for.
Can I wear gray?
Yeah, kidding. Sure you can. Sure you can.
Just kidding. I'm from the South.
Sure you can. Yes, Craig, that is the Old Bay bushel. Dice are out. I need one more inside hit, and then I can readjust. Left eye was high. We got ourselves a double digit Hod 6. Double digit Hod 6. Let's mark it. 3-3. All right, so that's going to pay me. I'll take 75 for 5 this time. 75 for 5. And I'm going to drop my inside bets down to quarter level. So it's a quarter on the 5, 30 on the 6 and the 8. My hand is now paid for. It's not paid for. I don't have the ATS paid for. I still have 30 in the odds on the 5. 6442. And we'll see what happens. All right. What channel was she on? Oh, she was on the Midmo Yo channel, Clay.
She took it
and
private.
immediately after the show, she took it to private. My text message on my midday Mac show today, it's the first thing I show on the show. I show the text messages between her and I last night, and it just broke my heart. Dice are out. Oh, too far on the backside, and we're out. 5-2. Threw that too far in.
Dang, I was hoping I could sit down a while.
Well, unfortunately, not on that one. That was my mistake. I had way too much oomph behind it. But the hand was paid for with the exception of the $10 on the craps and the bonus bet. So I lost $35 on that hand. It's better than losing the 100 some I lost earlier. I won't say who was shooting, but
Probably that Southern guy.
yes, it was. That Alabama slammer. $10 on the craps. And let me switch the screen. Say that again?
You gonna play your guitar for us one night out here?
Yeah, I will. I just don't have any way to amplify it back here. What's a 5-2? 7 out.
Excuses.
Yeah, I have no way to amplify it. Let's switch the tables around. Merge. Let's make that 500. All right. And give them a chance to set up because I was late entering the rolls. But I am set up my typical way. 10, 5, 10 on the ATS bonus. $10 crap, 30 on the line. I wouldn't pay 30 on the line. It's just that we have a $3,000 bankroll.
I'm matching you.
Are you?
Yep.
All right. Well, the dice are out. When you're ready, they're ready.
All right. Aces.
Aces in both places. Now, people that know me know what's going to happen. I'm going to lose my $30 line bet, but I'm going to get 80 and down.
Well, I ain't going down. Wait a minute.
No, I get 80 and down. No, I get 80 and down, but I'm going to make it a $30 three-way craps. Come back up for $30. Didn't cost me anything. I just get lucky if, oops, $30.
How'd
I
you
just
get
get
80?
lucky if you
$10
$10 on it. Pay 70 and pay 70, and then I get $10 on it. Get my $10 back, 80 and down.
Oh, you're coming down.
Yeah, but I put it back up. I got a three-way craps. That's why I say down. I change it from any crap
That's
to a three-way crap.
Okay, all right. I'm same thing.
Yep.
Exactly same
And Glenn, to answer your question, she took it private right after she did it. Dice are out, Ed.
Hard 4.
Hard 4, 2-2. All right. I caught my roll tracker up. Hard 4. See, the point is a 6. The point is a 4.
Point is a 4.
Yep. Bud says, Ed, when he hasn't been north of the Mason-Dixon line since he was 18 years old. So I guess when you come up this way, stop by, pick him up, and bring him with you.
I'll have to go all the way west to do it.
Oh, is that right? I have no idea where he lives. So,
No.
No, Greg, you don't have to leave.
Why would Greg leave?
I think it's because of the way that I was talking about the rolls. No, he doesn't have to leave. I'm 220 inside, Ed.
Is that all?
That's all. I got faith in you. I got faith in you. All right, they're ready when you are. Dice are out.
Five, 1, 6.
516, the old KitchenAid mixer.
I got 90 on it.
I don't. I have 60 is going to pay me 70, and I'm going to collect it. I'm going to rack it.
I'm racking the 105.
Did you tell us what sets you're using, or do you have it up there on your blue dice? Because I don't
It's
know
on the
looking at
blue.
that
It's on the
screen.
blue dice. That's what I'm told.
Okay.
It's on the blue dice.
All right. All right. Ready when you are.
Oh, hit the bottom. Shit. Sorry. Went too
That's
close to
okay.
the wall. 5-2.
5-2. Too close to the wall. Same thing I did. Well, we're not going to get to be able to. We're not going to be able to get to make our examples today on the dice sets if we don't come out with a little bit longer roll here.
We can always stop. We can always go to the bar.
What, have the nightcap now and get it over with?
Well, or get some courage or something.
Well, if we keep rolling like this, we might match our 2 shows ago. 30, 10. All right. 10, 5, 10. Oops, let me rotate the screens out. I didn't do that.
I just threw that one too deep. That was all on me.
That's the same thing that happened on my last roll that I did. That's what I said. I got way too close to the wall. Way too close to the wall. Let's take the 2s. 1, 2, 3, 1. Come out. 1, 2, 3, 1. All right. Now, for those of you that are watching, Ed does have a presentation that we're hoping to be able to get to. He may be able to show us a little bit about Bone Tracker later, so hang in there for that. We hope to get at least a roll in where one of us would suggest changing a dice set the way we're throwing. But right now, I suck. Dice are out. A little short on the roll. There's a 4, 1, 5. We're out on a 5. And for some reason, I got the names backwards. Ed, I must have missed a roll because I'm showing your last 7.
Mine was a 5-2. Last one was a 5-2.
Yeah. 4, 1, 5. Okay, my roll tracker. I missed one number there. But it says it's you rolling. What happened? We got us backwards.
I can't
All right,
use
so
it.
you shot, you shot, I shot, you shot, I shot. Here we go. Then you shoot. It rolled to win. And then I shoot. All right. There we go. 4, 1, 5.
Oh, it's because I shot. You had me shooting twice one time.
Right?
That's what happened.
I did. Yep. I had to. The lineup was messed up in the KPI that we use. All right. So I got to get some change. I got to get a lot of change. There's 300. 1, 2, 3, 4. 300 on the change. I'm putting 50 in the odds.
Makes it easier to color up when you got any chips in your rack.
That's not a good thing, though. That's not a good thing. All right, I'm 220 again. I am going to, I need some reds. So I am going to get 5 reds here. I got 50 behind the line because I'm going to hit that 5 right off the bat here. I'm going to buckshot it. I am going to buckshot it.
I'm answering Craig's question. Is I usually,
Okay, go
if
ahead.
I'm shooting for a world bet, I do look for a craps number. Yes.
Yep, got it. All right. Let's see where we stand, make sure everything's right. Roll number 25, dice are out. We appreciate everybody that is here with Crapsee while we help them work their latest bugs out after the upgrade. We appreciate everybody that's here. Just keep on playing for them, would be greatly appreciated. Short on the roll. There's a 516. It was close, Ed. 516.
I needed that. I'll take that 105.
Mark the 516. That's going to pay me 75. Let's see, it's no field. 70, so we'll do it that way. So I'll go ahead and get 55. And we'll leave my field bet up. One more time. All right, that's marked. I've switched to the 6564. Here we go, dice are out. All right. In the corner, stay out. Woo, we got the old square pair. It's a hot 8.
Thank you. That's another 105 I'll put in the rack.
Thank you. I lose my field bet. I'm only going to get 55. Thank you very much. I'm going to take the field down and take the 70. So I'm going to lose the field. I'm going to get $70 on that 8 hit. I'm going to place the 4 and 10 for a nickel on the hard ways. Bring this back to the rack. 6564. And here we go. Dice are out. Beautiful roll. It's a soft, easy 4, and I don't have anything on it. Beautiful roll, though. Close to the 5, but no cookie. 314. I'm going to lose my hard way. I'm going to go ahead and put that back up one more time. Stick man will keep me up there. Let's mark that 314. I need to have another inside hit, Ed. 314. Look what Clay said. That's your buddy there. Oh, you reading it?
I am. Have a drink there, Clay.
A double. Most people don't
He's
realize
already
it.
having a double.
Yeah, most people don't realize when you get him a double, he's actually getting 4. Here we go. Dice are out. There it is.
Yeah,
I told you I was going to hit it. I told you. There it is, 325.
Thank you. I'll take that 105 to the rack.
That's why I put those odds on out there. That's why I put the odds.
I just played 75 on the 5 and 9 and 90 on the 6 and 8 is what I.
Repeat that again.
I had 75 on the 5 and 9, 120 each on the 6 and 8.
Okay.
And you've hit three of them for me now.
All right.
And I have collected all 3 times.
That's investment, and all this here is win. So I'm going to go ahead and get set up after the fact. I'm going to just drop down. Everything in this hand is now paid for. I will go ahead and put my 4 and 10 up for minimum, and then we'll readjust after the point comes out if it winds up being something else. That way I'll be set up. So my bets up here will be off.
I'm playing mine as a $25 table all the way across too. So.
Oh, I was doing 15, Ed. I'm sorry. I'm going to keep doing what I did on this hand.
That's what I'm doing. I've been playing quarters all night.
Yeah. All right. Yep. You must be having a quarter table episode coming up sometime in the next month or so.
Well, you never know. I got a $20 horn bet for you.
All right. 1, 2, 1, 3. Dice are out. A little short on the landing zone, and we got all the dots in one spot. Oh, you know what? I racked my daggone $10 before I threw that. I had a $10 craps bet out there, guys. You can say what you want. I did pick it up right before I threw it. I knew I put it down there.
That paid me $150.
Well, aren't you just special?
Yeah.
And to answer Craig's question over on your side, that's the same set I threw there. I produce a lot of horns. So I'm going to lose the 25. It's going to pay me, that would be 80 and down.
$25 world bet and a quarter ace deuce instead of the horn, since you had it kind of a hit. Should parlay it, but I ain't.
I go to a $30 three-way, quarter back up on the pass line, and a rack a quarter. Here we go. Same set. 1, 2, 1, 3. Dice are out. Oh, that's a short roll. It's a 3-2-5, right where the puck is.
Another
3-2-5. Already marked up there. Craps bet falls. All right, let's see. I had 50 on it last time. I'm going to put 50 on it again. Everything else is set, ready to go. Enter the 3-2-5 for the people in Crapsee land. And no questions. They're just talking about bourbon, scotch, and brown water on my side.
That should be on my channel talking about that.
We got 18 in Crapsee. They're all not at the table, but we have 18 in Crapsee. Currently 24 on my channel and 23 on your channel. Good numbers for us. That's good numbers. All right, so if everybody's ready, we will be out. We will be out and going. Here we go. Dice are out, guys. Yes, that would be appreciated, Ron. Thank you on both sides, guys. Give us a like. Give us the old thumbs up. All right, going back to the 6-5-6-4 again, Ed. Kind of rolls differently than how a couple people have told me it should, but for me, I'm the oddball in the group. Oh, dots in all the spots, but it doesn't do anything for me. We already had that one.
Yep.
It's a midnight. Let's mark it. And
see a horn, bet a horn.
Yep, see a horn, bet a horn. I'm not doing it.
Or
Are you
hop
betting a horn?
fives. Nope. We'll hop fives.
You must know something. I'm not going to hop the fives. I was actually going to put out, I thought I had $4 over here because I'm paying a $15 table. I could have taken a $20 horn, but I'm not going to do it. 6-5-6-4. All right, here we go. Dice are out. Really good roll. Should have played the horn bet. There's an ace, deuce, 3 craps. What a dummy.
Yeah. Because I picked up my horn and decided to hop the five.
Always doing the wrong thing. Always doing the wrong thing. All right.
I'll do a $25 horn high yo.
$25 horn high yo for you. I'm going to keep rolling. Not going to jinx myself. Here we go. 6-5-6-4. Dice are out. Up in the corner, we got a 3-2-5. Did you hop it?
Nope. I'm bass backwards.
Ah, 3-2-5. Always a roll late, isn't that what happens?
Yep.
3-2-5. All right, so that's going to pay me 75, and that's going to pay me 100. Just flat out 100. Bring that up here. That goes back on the investment side. I do need change for a quarter.
I got
for my $10.
Paid 105. I'm going to 151.
On going to 150 on what?
5.
All right. For those of you that are wondering what we're doing here, we're trying to set a decent roll so we can talk about dice sets, and then Ed can go to Bone Tracker if necessary and explain what is going on. So I think we're getting close to where we need to be. So give us a couple more shooters, and we'll have a question and answer period, and Ed will talk a little bit more about what the topic of the night is. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 3. We're coming out. I got a $10 any craps. And it's a hard 8. 8's already marked. All right. Let's mark it.
We'll put a nickel on all the hard ways, dude.
All right, let's see. I'm going to bring these $30 down behind the line. I've hit the 5 several times, so I'm going to put 50 on the 5. I'm still on top of the hand by, let's see, 220 came down to 80, 105, 135, and I have in my rack 100, 200, and 100, 200, $335. So, all right, going back, Ed, to the 6564. If we throw another 5 here, we got a little help in the house. Here we go, 6564. A little short on my landing zone, and we got a 538. Front line winner. What took me so long? Buckshot. 538. 8's marked. Mark the 538 for the people in Crapsee land. Should make 36 and 36. It does. So let's see. That's going to pay me 36 and a quarter and 36. We'll be coming back out. $10 any crap bet. This was investment. This was win. And 1213. 1213.
Midnight.
Horn High Midnight. $10 any crap for me. Here we go. Dice are out. That was a beautiful roll. I almost had a bad outcome. We're out back out of the 8 right where the puck is. I never had to turn it off or on. 628, Ed. 628. It was a lovely roll, but I saw bad numbers come up as they were coming to a stop.
But they weren't stopped.
Do you watch your dice, Ed, as they land? I mean, do you actually physically, see what's, how they're acting?
I try to keep track of my left die, especially.
Yes,
people talk about not being able to read your dice in a live casino. Well, all you got to do is watch one dice and listen to the call.
Yep. And you've said that many times in the past. That's a very good point. Yeah. Come on, where's my mouse? All right, here we go. Back on. I need the odds. 50 and odds. I'm ahead on the hand. Dice are out. Dice are out. To Chuck, if you're watching, I pushed the button 3 times. Could have been my touch screen, but it did not engage the roll till the 3rd touch. All right, here we go. Looked like it was working. 6564.
We're coming out, right?
It should be the point of 8.
No,
the point's
8 is the point. 8 is the point. Okay.
Yep. I had a hard 4. I've had all of them in a row.
Yeah.
Hard 4, then
I got 120.
538, then 628. Hey, Tito, welcome to the show, my friend. I played with Tito several times in Vegas. He has got a unique throw, Ed, that is, he kind of holds the dice like this. I don't know if you can see my screen. Something like this. And he's got a unique throw. 6564. Ah, that's a beautiful roll. A beautiful roll. That was just beautiful.
You made us a little money.
I made money on that roll. 437 out, guys. 437 out. That was a beautiful roll. Craig from Old Bay would say, but Jeff, you didn't say it was a bad roll. Because it was beautiful. You just got wrong results. That's all. That happens. That does happen. All right, let's switch screens. All right. So that's our first double digit. That's 14, Ed. Hopefully you'll be able to get in the double digits, and maybe we'll stop and talk a little bit about dice sets and stuff. That's what the folks are here watching. When I take a look at take a screen, I've got 25 on my channel. You've got 30 on your channel. So we got good numbers here, so we want to keep their attention. The people in Crapsee are having fun. 2% Lou, who's now known as 10% Lou, he's hit the cage. He's actually up $2,554.
Good for job.
Yep. And the dice are out when you're ready, Ed.
Considering the garbage I've been throwing, you had a good hand though right there though. $415.
415. Mark it.
Forgot to put a pass. No, I got a pass line there. Okay.
That's all right. This is our casinos. We can do what we want. All right, need to get a quarter pair of my ATS. Yeah, I forgot to take down my hard ways. 415. A lot of fives tonight between you and I so far.
Yep.
A lot of fives. All right. I'm ready whenever you're ready.
All right. I got 400 on the 6, 8, and 9.
Okay. What? 400? Holy cow.
Bind. $314. I didn't have nothing on the damn 4. I started to.
I didn't put any bets out, but I would not be on the outside just yet. 314. Why did that not go up there? 314. Mike McCall on my channel says, Ed, we better stop and take a shot.
I'm in for that.
I bet you are. Oh, I bet you are. I had nothing
There's
on the
for Mike.
4, nothing in the field.
There's for Mike right there.
All right, there you go. I don't even have to turn around. Look, I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. That was a 314. Mark that on my table as the
You get me
ATS.
drunk.
And they're
If you get me
They're
drunk
out, yeah.
on a Thursday night, 549.
There's the old Big Mac Daddy 9, oh hard 9. Adams over on your channel says, Ed, you should always have $35 on the 4.
Tell him to loan me $35 next time.
He would. 549. That's going to pay me 7.
I
That's
got
going to pay me
$100 on
70.
it.
That's going to pay me 70.
I got $100 on that.
I'm going to go ahead. Yo, you do now?
No,
I'm
when
going
I
to make
hit
some
it,
change
I
here.
have
Oh, I got you. So I've gone
Can't
back
do
to my
that.
table minimum. And they're ready when you are.
Hang on.
All right.
I'm going to 150. Big hop. 6-5 yo. 6-5 yo.
Mid-mo yo in the house. Mark it. I have nothing on it.
Me either. I got enough on this other crap I got out here. You ready?
I am, yes.
$549.
549. Old Big Mac Daddy hard 9 again. That's Joyce's
150
hand. That's going to.
150 pays 210 if I'm not mistaken.
It does. I'm not up that high. I'm taking mine to 75. Just because you've hit it twice or 3 times in this hand. Looking for one more inside hit. Sarge just walked in on your side, Ed.
Hey, Sarge. I'm going to
And Mike
250 on the
McCall's-
9.
Mike McCall says he's having the same beverage, Ed.
Good for Mike.
Welcome,
Glad he's
Mel.
joined. Dice are out. $538.
Love it. Love it. 538.
150 pays
75.
175 last time I looked.
75 for 5. I'm going to take my 8 to 90. Got a long ways to go to get this hand paid for, but a couple more inside hits, you'll get me there.
I'm going to 180.
You daredevil, you. All right. Whenever you're ready.
Ooh, big hop out. Ace deuce.
Woo, ace deuce. We need that. Ace deuce, 3 craps. 3 crappers. Doesn't do anything for me. 1, 2, 3. Nothing for me.
Did not land well at all right there, buddy. Whew.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know which die it was. I'm missing a monitor tonight, but I saw it roll over to in front of the 12.
The other one went way the hell over yonder. They landed on their points. Bad toss.
Okay. Bad toss. Bad shooter.
And there's a beautiful toss at a 5-2.
Oh my God! Come on, Ed. You're killing me.
It was pretty. Nice and low. Perfect. Probably too low.
All right. Oh my goodness.
I hit some
5-2.
good money. I made money off them big bets. So.
Well, had I regressed instead of pressed, I would have had the hand paid for. I took a chance on you because you had the short rolls. I knew you were going to warm up here in a little bit, but that didn't help me any. Yep. I'll roll one more time, Ed, and then if we don't get another double-digit roll, we'll let you go one more time. Then we'll sit and take some questions and talk about dice sets, maybe a little bit on the bone tracker. All right. Yep. So I'll switch the screens just one second. I'm getting my chips off the table. Good evening, Navaldo. Let's go this way and pull the chats back up. Well, I'll be glad when I get this other monitor in this house. All right. So let's see. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I got 2675 out of 3,000, Ed. That's not bad.
You're doing good. Got 2,600?
Yes.
Yeah, you're doing
Yes. I told you I made 400 on my hand. So there's 30 on the line. Let me get some change for a quarter here. This quarter up here does the 10, 5, 10 on the ATS. 10, 5, 10 on the ATS. $10 any craps. I'm going to throw the same set I've been throwing. 1, 2. What have I struggled with here? 1, 2, 1, 3. I've had good luck with. Let's take the 4s. We're going to do the 1, 2, 1, 3. All right, here we go. Hey. Dice are out. That's a bad roll. 4, 2, 6. This 4 dice over here is actually the right die, Ed. I don't know how it landed over there. They crisscrossed. Pushed with my thumb, I'm sure. Sure, I pushed with my thumb. All right, 6. We'll take it easy on myself this time. I'm not going to go out betting big like I did. That's how I won my money. I got lucky with betting big and having a 14 roller.
I'm going to go all in.
No, you're not. This is not poker. Let's just do a little bit of 110. One-time field bet, since I got 3 red chips here.
Kind of like poker.
Dangerous set here, Ed. I'm with 0, 2, 1, 2, 4.
Why are you throwing a dangerous set for?
Because I haven't had any good luck with it. I'll go back to the 6, 5, 6, 4.
You just had a 14, 15 roller. What are you talking about?
All right, I'll go back to it.
Don't make me come through that screen and kick your ass.
Well, when you get here, there's no bourbon, so you better bring it with you.
Uh-oh, I gotta bring my own.
You do have to bring your own. Here we go. Dice are out. There's a 5, 1, 6. Is that
See, I just told you. I got $300 odds on that thing.
Yeah, see, you play those big odds. When I have a 10-time odd table, I'm a little chicken to put that money out there. I'm going to be honest with you. I am chicken. That's going to pay me $60. 30 on the back, 30 on the front. I'm going to lose my field bet. Come back over here with a $10 craps bet. Rack the 50 up. That gets half my hand paid for. 1, 2, 1, 3. The puck goes off. And that's twice now I buckshotted this tonight. Twice. Here we go. Dice are out. Hey, Chris Demon Dog, and hey, Chris Dice Dejan, and hey, Joe Remus. Welcome. Uncle Huku's here. And James, JR, Pops is here. Hey there. Here we go.
See Stony.
Oh, that's a bad roll. Left die was about 18 inches higher than the right die.
Got a 4.
314.
I got $25 on.
Were you working?
Oh, we're off. Right.
That was a come out. That was a come out.
Damn it. Okay. I fixed
Oh. 314.
I go $50 odds though.
To Chuck, if you're still here, I know you left. It just now posted my 516. I did not see it. I have not been able to enter the 314. I am stuck on the dice are out.
Tell him I hate Crapsee when you tell him.
No. Oh, it gave us two 516s. It gave us three 516s. Chuck, if you're here.
It is what it is, as you say.
Yep. I'm going to see what's going to happen with this. Oh, it's given to me again. Chuck, it's stuck on giving me 516s. I'm going to back out of Crapsee altogether. I don't know if Chuck is here or not. Let's see. I'm going to turn the point on, set my bets, and we may have to call it quits on Crapsee, and just make this roll, next roll, that last roll, and then we'll get to some questions and answers, and hopefully you'll have a good roll. I'm 110 inside. I don't want the quarter on the odds, so let's put it up here on the 10. That'll cost me $1 on the big. And 6564. Let me see if Crapsee is still doing that. I don't know if Chuck is still here or not. Yes, Marble Fork, I see that repeating. It did it to me 4 times. And I shut my system down, and I'm bringing it back up. If it's going to continue to do that, then we will stop with Crapsee tonight, and we'll get back to the lecturing part from the professor and Mary Ann.
Button Jeff's what I put on my channel.
Yeah, that's about what we are. All right, guys, I got a spinning wheel. I'm going to go ahead and throw the dice. Table currently unavailable. Chuck, if you're here, I've signed out, signed back in. Table is currently unavailable. That was a 314, was it not?
Yeah.
Yeah, mark that up there. All right, here we go. Dice are out. 6564. Big bounce. There's a 639er. 639. For those in Crapsee, it says it's unavailable. There's nothing more I can do about it, so I'm not going to worry about the Crapsee anymore. I appreciate everybody that came and played with us. We'll be wrapping up the rollout part here. After this roll, the next roll, that's 35. I'm just going to rack it where I lost 220 on that previous hand. 6564. 6564. Here we go. Dice are out. Oh, by the way, Greg just said on my channel he came to hear you sing tonight, Ed.
I can see.
Oh, man. Too much pressure. Too much pressure. 5-2. I'm out. 5-2.
Jeff, 555 is messing with the shooter.
He's not messing with me. I'm having fun. I'm telling you, I'm having fun.
I'm telling you, he's messing with the shooter.
So I'm not going to bet anymore. I'm going to call it quits. I'm going to watch you roll this last rollout, and then we'll get into some talking here after you get this long roll. You're going to have a real long roll here. So I'm going to just call it quits, and I'm going to.
We'll make it fun. You give me a dice set you want me to throw.
Oh my gosh! I mean,
I don't care. Make something up.
how about we have the chat? Somebody in chat, put what you want, dice set you want to see Ed throw. Somebody in the chat, Ed's going to throw whatever dice set you want.
Which
and
chat?
Either one of them. I'll put them up here. I'll let you know who's first. Somebody in the chat put in a
Make up
dice
a dice
set.
set. Let's throw it for fun.
We're going to do this for fun. A dice set. Anybody in chat recommend the dice set? First one that does it, I'll put it up there. We got a 6-2. Oh, Adam, come on. Adam said 6-2-6-2. Greg wants you to do the 1-2-2-3. So you got your choice there. 6-2-6-2 or 1-2-2-3.
1-2-2-3 it is.
All right. Greg has seniority. Got a couple more in there too. We'll try next time.
1, 2, 3, 2, or 1, 2, 2, 3. Is that what did he say?
I'll put it back up there. Hey, yeah, 1, 2, 2, 3, and we've got now 5 or 6 more dice set recommendations.
All right. I might like this dice set. He thinks it's a 7 set. Points of 9, 5-4.
5-4 9er.
Let me get some quarters.
How many shooters have we had? We're on the 8th shooter. All right.
You shoot this set a lot, don't you?
I do. 1, 2, 2, 3. Yep.
6, 4, 10.
6, 4, 10. Greg, you're shooting Greg's set, and he said, to be honest with you, Ed, he had no idea. He just put it out there.
Well, my field bet wins a quarter, and I'll cover
Okay.
the 4 and 10 with a quarter each.
All right.
5, 1, 6.
5, 1, 6er. Are you still throwing the same set?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody told me to change.
Well, you got some of the choices up here if you want to hear about them.
Yeah, but Jed, I just hit $150 6 for that set.
Well, you keep throwing it. Let's see what happens. We'll take one when you hit the point. We'll take one of these other ones.
150 pays 175. That's when you regress. Did I say that?
You did say the regression word, which I find highly unusual for you. I find that highly unusual for you. Yep.
If you hit one at 150, you can regress down and you don't have any exposure. You just got to live long enough to hit it.
True. That's true.
Ace deuce.
Ace, deuce. Mark it. Told
Just
you you're going to have a good
top
roll
of them
here.
dice. That was the top of them dice right there.
Explain that again. I'm sorry. I was putting something in the computer.
Ace, deuce.
Okay, gotcha. I see what you're saying. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention, Professor. Put me in the corner.
Oh, I stuck to my fingers. 4, 2, 6.
Uh-oh. See what Adam says there, don't you?
What do you say?
He
If
said,
I'm at
what?
150, if I'm at 150 on all the numbers, I'm regressing on the first hit. 426, 60 page 70. 75, 85, 90.
All right. Whenever you're ready, Ed, you can do your thing.
516.
516. That is your third six this hand.
90 page 105. Go to 120, put 75 in the rack. Oh, big hop to the left. 6410.
6410. Mark it in. I'm going to give them a treat, and I'm going to enlarge your screen while you're throwing here.
Go to
Full
50
screen
on
for
the
you at the
10.
moment.
314.
314. Mark it.
Page 50, go to 50.
Greg says, you're welcome, Ed.
Ask him why I think I picked that one.
We will after you get done here.
628.
628. Cool beans. So, Greg, we're asking why he picked that set.
Did you see them lay down like that?
I did not. I was busy producing. I don't even have my daggone replay. I should have my replay on right now. All right, my replay is on now. If you got something you want to see, holler it out before 10 seconds is up.
Don't want to freeze the shooter up.
Yeah.
That would be a 6410.
6410. All right, Adam, we'll see you. Have a good night.
Adam leaving me at the 10.
Yep, he's leaving you at the 10. He's got a
50
hot
pays
date.
100. 50 pays 100. I'll go to 100. $415.
415. Mark it.
50 pays 75 for one, right?
Yes.
Go to 75. Put 50 in the rack. $549.
549. Mark it.
Quarter on the pass line. I get 150 in all my odds. $25 crap check. $6,410. Who would be?
That's going to be the new point. Yep. There you go. I was going to say you hit the point. You called it.
250 on the 9.
Greg's asking something about the VIG, but I'm not sure.
I ain't paying
What is
no
it?
damn Yankee Vig.
He's not paying the VIG, Greg. Down there, they take it on the pay. Up here, they take it on the buy. Welcome, Duracell.
538.
For those of you just joining us, I've had one long roll. Ed is on his longest roll of the night, and we hope it continues. And then we're going to talk about dice sets and maybe a little bit of bone thrower example. I mean, bone thrower. Shoo! Bone tracker examples.
Got 90 on there, pays 120. No, 105. I'm going to 120. 75 in the rack. Oh, that's not pretty. That's out.
What combo is it?
6-1.
6-1. All right, that is a 15 roller for you. I think that should do it for us. Ed, while you're standing there, before you change your angle, I've got you full screen up here on the screen. And what I'm looking at, I know there's some lighting to it, but on my side, to the right of your pass line, that looks like that your table's really worn there. That's got to be your landing zone for the majority of the tosses. Is that correct?
How about that right there?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
It is worn. Listen to this.
Yep.
I'm gonna start tapping way over here. Can you hear it tap?
Yep.
Can you hear that?
Yep.
Hear the difference?
Oh yeah.
I beat
Is
the
that
food
because
out
the
of that spot.
what's
I
that
beat
again?
my felt down. I beat my underlayment to death down there. I got to replace it.
That was the question I was getting ready to ask. So I've turned my recorder off because we didn't see any. You want to switch a camera back around and we'll come on screen and maybe we'll do a little bit of discussion. Yeah, it looks really worn there. It really does. Let's get the screen up here.
Beat up. I have beat the food out of it.
Yep.
Let's see where I want to go. Not there.
There we go.
I'll use that camera. All right. I didn't break my camera tonight. That was a good thing. I did the last one of those last.
That was a good thing. Real quick, I'm gonna put the KPI roll tracker up here for us, and we can take a look at our rolls together.
Oh, that'd be ugly.
There we go. All right, that's not that ugly. I mean, if you look at it, together, you and I together, we had a 7-roll ratio right at 6. Just about average. The 7-out ratio was 8.3. We should have made money. Did you count your bank up when you got done on that last roll or not?
No, I ain't counted nothing.
Yeah, I'm down $465. I lost $465. I mean $565. Sorry, $565. Lost
About
$565.
$900. Looks like roughly about $900. But I got that sitting out there on the table off that last roll. About not quite. 2,
All right.
3, 4. Yeah, I got about $700 sitting on the table on that last hit, on that last 7.
Right. All right. Well, so what did you wind up total again on your money? We started with a $3,000 bankroll. We really didn't accomplish what we
I'm
set
like
to do.
2,100. I'm like at 2,100 now. Something
All
like
right,
that.
yeah.
Rough count. I didn't count.
I didn't do big counts like you. I didn't big bets, but I did lose $565. So anybody that has a question out there, what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about the dice set. Let's start with that dice set that Adam gave you, that 1, 2, 2, 3 dice set that you were using, Ed, and when you came out with the initial. What's that?
That was great.
Yeah, it was great. So you started out with a pretty good roll on that dice set. You had, let's see here. You had a 3 craps.
yes.
Sorry, my screen changed on me. That was a 15 roller. So you came out with an ace deuce, a 4-2-6, a 5-1-6, a 6-4-10, a 3-1-4, an 8, a 10, a 5. It hit the point of 9 because you set a point of 9, and then a 10, and then you hit a 5-3-8, and then a 7. So from a 1-2, 2-3 standpoint, Is there anything that stands out about that set with the numbers that you were hitting? If you want me to read them off to you, I'll tell them. I'll tell you which ones you did.
You don't have to. I know it's a 2V
Oh,
set.
okay.
That's all it is. Based on the axis, it's a 2V set.
Okay. Now turn it inside out to show them the inside axis. All right. Yep. So no matter how you adjusted those dice, that 6-3 was always going to be on the inside.
Yeah, I mean, on that, I mean, all he did was give me a 3V, I mean, a 2V with the left dice roll forward.
Right. Right. So do you ever shoot that dice set? I don't think that's one of your common ones.
No, I don't shoot that one. My most common set that I've always loved for a long time is the 2-1-2-4. Now again, 1-6, there's the 3, there's the 4. It's the same axis, right, that we just had. They're just in a different
Correct.
arrangement.
Yep.
So the traditional 2V would be a 2-1-2-3.
Okay. And on the inside of that, inside
Same
axis
thing.
on
Three-
that, same thing.
3, 4, and there's your 6, and there's
Yep.
your 1. I mean, you know,
Yep.
it's the
Okay.
same axis numbers, right?
Okay. Yep.
All right. So if I'm throwing, let's just say, I mean, it depends on how you want to change dice sets and on what your table is. For example, if you're not on a ATS table, why change? If you're pounding numbers, right?
Right.
You don't. Let's go back to what I shoot all the time. 2-1-2-4. Well, if you've seen me throw the 2-1-2-4, you've seen me throw a 2-3-2-1.
Yes.
And all you do is you take your right die and slide it here, and then turn it 180 degrees, and it's still the 2V. But more importantly, if you're having a long roll and you're trying to find a different number that you need for like an ATS hit, all the faces that make the 7 are in the same location. So
Yes.
sometimes, and you've seen me do this on the table, go to a 2-3-2-1, make 3 or 4 tosses, not getting the number I'm looking for. I come around just like this, 2-6-2-3.
Right. And I think this is where we were 2 weeks ago. You were given that example when somebody asked the question, well, Ed, when do you know what to change? Now, what you just rotated there, what number would you be making the dice rotate if you needed? What number would you think you would be looking for specifically? Are you going to call out a number, or are you going to call out like a pair of numbers, or trying to hit?
Well, I'm a single pitch king, so 5s, 11s, 9s, and of course ace deuce opposite of the yo, right?
Right. Yeah.
You know, or this one single pitches. You still got the ace deuce on top. Guess what? The yo's on bottom. The 5's on this side. 9's there. I mean, it's just a single pitch on one or the other. If you go off axis, you're still hitting inside numbers, which is always,
Right.
you know, kind of nice.
Before we go back to bring your face overview back up here, put up a 6-5, 6-4. Let me ask you a question. This would be from me.
6-5,
6-4.
6-4.
Yep. I was throwing a lot of 3-2-5s with that set tonight. Tell me how
Yeah, I
you
don't know
think the
which
dice
dice.
will react.
I don't know which dice was
the
giving you
left,
the 3 and the
yeah,
5.
the left die was the 3.
There you go. So your
So I was
dice,
hitting
both of your dice were rolling over one time to the side. Off axis.
I was doing a 3-2.
Both dice,
Yeah.
what I would call both dice off axis.
Well, take
No,
that 5 die.
Wait a minute, I'm sorry. I'm good. You said 5, and I just rolled you to the 6, right?
Yeah, no, you did. Yeah, it was a
My
3-2-5.
bad. Totally my bad.
Yep. Okay.
So
Show
your left
that.
eye was always giving you a 3?
Right. So I was exploding on
Yeah.
both die.
Well, I don't use exploding because that's something
I know you
somebody
don't.
overseas made up.
Yeah, quarter
But
pitched, whatever. Yeah,
both die
or
off
turn.
axis.
Both of them.
Result.
Now
It's a both die
I have
off
the same
axis.
tendency that you do. My right die always seems to pitch forward one time. When I used to track in Bone Tracker, I would always see that. So I would, rotate the right die back. Let's talk about that before you come on there. Let's say I was rotating and I saw that, and I wanted to throw the 6-5, 6-4 because my left die was doing right. Would I actually turn that inward so I would throw a 6-5, 3-6 to maybe try to get
Do
the.
you want to change do you want to change the probabilities of your 7 or not?
Very good question. Now, see, now you're above my head. There's the professor. Explain what you just said.
Well, I'm
You asked a
asking a
question.
question.
Yeah, I
You're
don't know the
asking me
answer
if
to
you
it.
want to if you want to change one of these to one side or the other, right?
Correct. Yes.
All right, look
And
at your
then you
axis.
asked. Yep.
4-3 and a 2-5. That's a cross 6 set. That's the cross 6 axis. Always. That's the axis on the cross 6.
Right.
And you want to, and then you want to do what to this?
I'm always single pitching or rolling the right die seems to always roll forward one number more so than any other dice.
Like that?
Well, forward. I'm thinking back with it. Reverse that. Put the 4 on top now. All right. So, which is which isn't.
Why would you want to check me?
Well, you would. Let's say you had the 10, and I needed. My left eye was performing right, and you asked a question. And I want to get back to the question you asked because you said, "Do you want to change the 7s?" And you lost me on that. I understand what you're saying, but for the audience that's out there, explain what you meant.
Well, this moves. If you go from this set to this set, you move the locations and the combinations that make 7s. So if you're on like an 18 roller, let's say you're on 18 rolls, even if you need the 10, I would never do that. I mean, you could, you're still on the same axis, but at the same time, you're moving, this would be the better play.
Right. And this is where you lost me 2 weeks ago. You've explained it to me several times offline, and I guess maybe my head's too thick to catch it.
There's your traditional 2V. I just moved us back into a traditional 2V.
I see that. Yep, I see that. Yep.
6-2, 6-3. Come back around. 6-4, 6-2. If I come back one more time, I'm back to where you started. I mean, you can only do 4 variations on the same axis and do that. So you've got to know. I mean, that's based on your axis. You can only do 4 variations of the same actual set and keep the 7s in the same spot. You would have to go to a mutant 2-3 or a mutant, a mutant 2V or a mutant 3V, something along that lines, to pick up your other numbers with the 7s in the same set.
Okay, so this is Ed rolling. You're on your 18 roller. You need let's say 9 for the tall or the all. You don't want a variation. You don't want to change that much, and you don't want to change the 7s. And just pick one of your sets you normally throw. Like I think the 2-1, 2-4 is one of your regular ones.
2-1, 2-4 will give me 8s and 9s.
I know that, but well, let's say you needed a 5 then. Let's say you needed a 5 for the small or the all, and you were throwing your 2-1, 2-4. How would you adjust your dice set in the middle of your roll? You got an 18 roller going. The table's hooting and hollering. They're let's go Ed. What would you do to try to get to the 5?
Remember, I just said I'm a single pitch king, right?
Yep.
There's one of them.
Okay, I see that one.
Huh?
I see it.
If I'm off axis, I've got it right there. Right
All
down.
right. Amazing.
So you need to know. You need to know. You know which. If you throw enough, you need to know which faces typically come up the most for you.
And somebody that practices at home, if they had a program like Bone Tracker and they're throwing the same set all the time, they could punch in the numbers in Bone Tracker and they could go to, I forgot what the page is called, and it would show you the combinations and it would show you what you're doing on that set.
It's called the toss stats. It's called the toss
think-
stats page.
Yep, thank you. Can you bring that up for us and maybe give us an example? There you go. Look at that. I call for it and boom, right there it is. All right, so I'm going to break right here, guys. If you have a question for Ed tonight, then you don't want to ask me anything tonight because this is not my topic. If you have a question for Ed.
I cannot. Oh, I can see. Well, I see two Bone Tracker screens right now because I got mine. I got the one you're showing them. So if there's a question, you may have to read it out or something.
I will. I put the question up there. So if somebody has a question, we got about 18 to 20 minutes left in the show tonight. Put a question in there because Ed's here with Bone Tracker. He gave us a little bit of example last time, and we'll talk about where you can get Bone Tracker in a second. Let's use that 2124 set, Ed. What do you have entered in there now? What is that entry? What kind of set were you throwing? Maybe you can use that as an example so we don't have to change it.
All right. So I'm using and the dice set I was throwing this book with was the 5362. You can't see it.
Okay.
Can you?
I cannot, but yeah, you see what you can do on your end, and I'm going to try to make it a little larger on my end. I'm actually doing something so that I
don't
can.
know how to get back to where I was at. I don't even know how to get back out of this.
That's all right. We got faith in you.
I got your mouse running around. I got my mouse running around on the screen.
All right.
What do you see now? Here you go.
I see your dice
That's
set
the
now.
dice set. That's the dice set I was throwing for this book of dice. I've been throwing it for the last, I don't know, week and a half, week.
Okay.
I think I started it, I don't know, something like that. Maybe late last week.
Okay.
Just so they'll
All right.
know.
So is that the set that you're using in Bone Tracker at the moment?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So put Bone Tracker back up there. Let's see if we can help a little bit with these guys here. We do have a question. I thought we had a question here. Maybe I misunderstood it as a question.
I just wanted to show them over here that I'm running it. That's the 5362 right over here.
Okay. So you're drawing.
And I've thrown 730 tosses with that set.
Right. Oops, sorry. Go ahead. I'm doing a little adjusting on my side.
I've thrown 730 tosses. My SRR is 8.59. Might as well call it 8.6. And I'm hitting about 6 box numbers with that set. That's with that set.
Right.
Okay. Now, if I go back, let me find my mouse, go back to this. This right here shows you that 4.66% of all my tosses came up as the bottom. Came up as the bottom of the left die, and the right off axis on that side. 2-4. You see where it says sorted? The combo is 2-4.
Yes.
That was the number one. The 6 on that set was the number one hit at 4.6. What you would ideally want is you would want a little higher numbers on these first 2 or 3, or the second. I'd like to see 4 points something in those there, but I didn't get it on that particular book. But you see, this is 25% of all the possible rolls, and there's no 7s in that, right? If I keep scrolling down, scrolling down, and there's no 7 showing up in the most 50% of my rolls. The 3-4 was the most prevalent 7.
Oops, sorry.
Can you see that?
Yeah, I'm trying to zoom in for them at home so they can see that. Yep. Okay.
So the 3-4 is way down. The first 7 is way down the line on my possible combinations out of that book.
Out of all
I
the
keep
rolls
scrolling.
you rode with the 5-3, I forgot what the set was. Shoot,
Same
what is the
set
again?
every time. Same
Right.
set every
Yep.
time. 5-3-6-2 was what I
That's
was
at 6
talking
2.
about.
Yep.
5-3-6-2. And it was kind of funny to me with the 3-4 outpaced this 6-1 because at first, for a while, that 6-1 was like my most dominant 7 number, but the 3-4 crept in.
All right.
So, after whatever it was, I said 700 and I don't know, 30 something rolls.
730, yes.
Look at here at the very
730.
bottom.
Yep.
Three of the possible 6 combinations of 7s are virtually non-existent. 1%, less than 1.6, 1.6, 1.3% of the tosses. Very, very few of those even, they're almost non-existent. So I'm only having to work against 3 of the 7s instead of all 6 of them.
All right.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Now, let's stay right there 1 second. Well, maybe you might want to come back on screen because we have a question here that goes back to my dice set 6564 that I missed because I was trying to adjust the screen there. I don't know if I want to switch off Bone Tracker and stay here or go and answer the questions. So this, how long did it take you to roll the 730 some rolls, Ed? Oops, sorry guys.
72 a night for 10 days.
All right.
I mean,
Sorry,
I rolled a few earlier this evening, just a few, just to throw in there, because I'm going to get it to 1440, and then I'm going to pull out the last 720 and look and examine that, and then I'm going to pull out the last 360 and put that in a new book, and then add to that, because you kind of want to always have a constant validation of what your dice are doing. So I'm going to roll 1440. I'm going to pull out the last 740. Is that right? Yeah, 740. 720. I'm going to put out the last 720. I'm going to look at it in a book and see if it matches up with what I've been doing. And then I'm going to pull out the last 360 of that and copy and paste that into a fresh book. And then I'll start adding to that till I get to 720 again. And that'll just kind of keep me a revolving 720, but a constantly new 360 with what my tops are doing. It's just looking for constant validation of those facial combinations. To me, that's the most critical thing. There's a lot of people like other things. I mean, my chi-square was close. There was a time that it was way under that 0.05. I know you can't see it because I stopped sharing. But what else? Was there a question or two that I missed that we need to go
There
through?
was a question. We're going to go back to it, but I want to go back to Bone Tracker. So I had a question that was asked from me offline. I helped somebody this past week with the KPI. Now I know you're familiar with the KPI. You've seen it. You're familiar with it, but I don't know that people know this feature's in here. So I'm going to try to share a screen right now, and I may lose your audio till I turn it back on. But let me pull this up here. Where did it go? Where did it go? Nobody knows. Where did it go? I do not have it here. Daggone it. I thought I had it here. Let me do this. I'll just do this.
Supposedly you can transpose that into Bone Tracker, right?
Yes, that's what I'm getting ready to show. That's what I'm getting ready to show. I think I'm getting ready to show it.
I'm a genius.
There you go. So this is the roll tracker side of the KPI, guys. So for those that want to know, the KPI is from Craps Nation. It's provided free of charge. All you got to do is make sure you have Craps Nation somewhere within the display. If you're going to use it online or somewhere, it's copyrighted. But they've added this screen. It's called the Toss Tracker. Now, my screen's a little bigger than I want it to be. I'm running a version that is 4 versions behind. But you can see right here what Ed was talking about when you put in your dice set It shows you where to put the dice set is. You enter in all your rolls, and at the end of the night, when you're done with this, there's a button here somewhere, guys. That you just push, and it
You can copy
automatically.
and paste it if you need to.
You can copy and paste it, but there's a button here. I might be on the wrong screen. But you can see that even this gives you a little bit of information for the bone tracker. But then what you can do is you can come over here and you can copy and paste these right into bone tracker, and the KPI itself will take the left, as long as you put left die, right die in there, it'll take the left die and right die and put it in there. So I don't, it's not the perfect example I wanted to show, but let me switch back real quick. But you can see on this far right side, it talks about on axis, primary, secondary, double, left off, right off, one die off, both off. But when you take these rolls, and let's say you do 6 or 7 sessions of these, and then by the time you build your 730 rolls or whatever you're looking for, you can get a picture from KPI, but then you even get more detailed analysis from the Bone Tracker software. So before we head to the question, tell us where we can get Bone Tracker.
You can get the original Mad Dog version is available for free download at accesspowercraps.com. There's a link to it on the very front page. If you want a version like I'm using, I mean, this version that I'm using is way beyond the original. This stuff that I'm going to show you in a minute is not even in the original. But you got to go inside the forum on Heavy's accesspowercraps.com site. You got to go inside the forum, and guess what? It cost you $12.
Yep.
I don't get nothing out of it, but I know why Heavy did it. Heavy did it. There's no spam bots in there. There's no flamers in there. Nobody paid to go in there, and yeah, there you go. So that's
Yep.
So
Yep.
yeah, it cost you
All right.
$12. That's the reason is it. Spam bots don't go in and pay you money, and so $12 keeps them out, and it helps pay. It does help pay for the maintenance. I mean, it costs Heavy money. He has an outside programmer go in there and keep things working and that kind of stuff. So he has.
But the idea about the $12 is it's a lifetime rights. And,
Yeah, you're done. Once you're in, you're done.
Yep.
There's
And
no
I
annual
shot Heavy an email earlier this week. Said, "Hey, look, I can't log in with my username." I gave him 2 email addresses, 2 usernames. He came back and told me what he thinks happened is that I probably didn't use it for 12 to 18 months, and after 12 to 18 months, he has a script that runs that removes everybody that's not logged in. So he let me back in. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate that. So it's $12 lifetime rights, and right quick on the draw. One day sent the email, got the email back same day, but I didn't see it till the next day. But I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're not going to find a forum that's. I mean, all the guys I'm talking to and that are long gone and all that, their posts, their information. I mean, there's a gold inside that forum. I mean, there's gold in there.
I'm going to go to my side of the chat right now. Duracell said he saw an 8.59 SRR, I believe, when you were showing that. When you were showing your stats.
Yeah.
That 8.59. Let's call that. Okay, we take the MIT stats, maybe 8.12 as average roll, but let's take 6 to 7 as the average roll. You're getting an extra roll out of that. If you're hitting the box numbers, that's big. If you're hitting outside numbers that you don't have or horns, it's not big.
So remember, that's just one set. That
Right.
is a set that is constantly thrown over and over and over and over. It's not necessarily your best set, but you just got to pick a set and go with it, and then you just got to, because you're not trying to show how good you are when you're practicing in Bone Tracker to yourself. You're trying to scientifically, I'm going to put the quotes around scientifically, conclude what sets may work best for you in the future.
Right. I'm gonna put this chat up here because it dropped down. So Duracell's very familiar with Bone Tracker and the KPI. So he says that each table is different. It is, but the idea that he says here is to master your mechanics, so knowing how to adjust at the table based on what you're throwing. That mechanics, along with Bone Tracker, can help you become a better controller of the dice. I didn't say DI. I didn't say dice controller. I said controller of the dice. Maybe it's the wrong terminology, but
How about
more
a
data
controlled
is
shooter?
better.
How about a controlled
Okay.
shooter?
Controlled
Use
shooter.
that.
Yep.
I'm
Now,
gonna borrow that
before I
from
put
Casey.
before I put Mike's questions up here for me, I'm gonna put this up here. Greg was saying, well, if you're reducing the sevens down to 3 combinations, this is back when you had your screen showed. You're reducing your sevens down to 3 combinations. Aren't you in theory reducing other number combinations as well? In my mind, that makes sense.
And so I would ask, why would I care? If I'm
You
pounding
would
the
ask
same
that.
numbers over and over and over,
You,
I really don't care. I
that's
don't
true.
care if I'm not
But
throwing. I don't care if I'm not throwing nines when all my nines are showing up on sixes, right? Whatever the numbers
gotcha.
are, whatever I'm reducing somewhere else, because I am. Let me go back to the share.
Okay. Whenever you're ready.
I'm going to try to go back. I'm trying to go back to the share. It's not letting me.
Well, if you get there, you get there. If you don't, you don't. All right.
There it is.
All right. There's the share.
All right, so let me go back over here to my side if I can get there. If I can find my mouse now. There we go. So yeah, look what did I eliminate? I eliminated a hard 10. I eliminated a 3-1. I eliminated a 3-5 and a 5-4.
I'm gonna enlarge that for them. Ed, just give me 1 second, and then you can show them with your mouse again what you're talking about. Go ahead and do that again.
So I eliminated a hard 10 right there.
Right there. Yep.
I eliminated a 3-1. I eliminated a 3-5, and I eliminated a 5-4.
Could
I
you
mean,
consider?
the 5-4, huh?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Keep explaining. I have a question.
What was your question?
Well, I was going to say if you're eliminating those box number hits. When you have the 6-1 and the 1-6 and a 4-3 and a 2-5, couldn't you theoretically say that you're also eliminating some of those combinations as well?
Well, those are box numbers. I mean, 5-1, 3-1, 3-5, 5-4.
No, the 6-1. Let me back out. The 6-1 and the other ones.
Yeah, I'm eliminating. I have all but eliminated the 1-6, the 4-3, and the 2-5.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
On that,
And that's
on,
in the.
I'm gonna reemphasize. This is one set.
Set. Correct. Yes. Just one.
One set.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, why is this even important?
If
Right?
you're asking me, I'm producing the show. I don't know. You tell me.
Well, let's look at something. Let's just walk through
Okay.
it real quick.
All right.
Can you zoom in on that chart?
The chart in yellow.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
All right. So that shows you each rolls, how many numbers of rolls between sevens. All right,
Okay.
Bone
I got that.
Tracker.
Yes.
Bone Tracker by design quits counting at 20. All right. So it could be 40 and it's still just going to show 20. But I had 5 rolls of 20 or greater, and I know for sure at least 2 of them were over 30 because I went and looked.
Okay.
Because I was curious. But so you can tell that once I get past what my SRR on this set again was 8.59. Once I get
Right.
to there, buddy, I have a good chance of going to town on some pretty good rolls. That's advantageous to how you bet and when you regress. I mean, if you're sitting there on your 8th roll and your bets are paid for and you're happy with losing what's out there because you think you may continue, then leave it out there or regress and see if you continue and then press it to whatever.
So what
Right?
drew my attention? You're true, and I don't mean to interrupt you, but what drew my attention, we talked about the 7 to rolls ratio, the 7RR or the SRR, 8.59, which is what Durso asked. But what I like there is that weighted averages rolls between 7 was 7 rolls. I think that's an important number to do. If you're a mathematics guy and you're worried about the theory behind whether or not you're controlling the dice or not.
Yeah.
Did I say that right or wrong?
Well, I'm not smart enough to tell you what weighted means, but sounds good to me.
You can come back on the screen and we'll go on and answer. We pushed over our time limit.
I want to show you something real quick. Let's keep going real quick, and then I'll get off this.
Sure.
Because I know you want to get. We really need to get off air soon for you, right? We'll go to this next chart.
All right. Which chart do you want? Tell me 1, 2, top or bottom, left or right.
I want the one with the bars on the top right. Zoom in on that a little bit. Now again, this is the same set.
Okay.
So what that set gave me strong. If I was shooting that set in the casino, what am I going to bet on? What's my best advantage? 6, 9, and 10. Maybe a 4.
Yes.
You see that?
Yeah, I'm actually trying to comprehend the chart, so you had to give me a second. I'm a little slow.
Well, I threw 2% more sixes. But look how many less sevens I threw. I threw 5% less sevens than should be probable on that using that set at this point.
Interesting. And this is what Bone Tracker can show you based on the same set being thrown X amount of
That's
times.
why I don't like going out there and going across. If I'm throwing a certain set and I set a point, somebody asked me earlier, why did you change sets? I changed because I wanted to throw a 6. I did throw a 6. It was an ugly 6, but I threw a 6. So I'm going to count it. But, it's a matter of trying to determine how you want to bet. I mean, why would you bet across if you're going to play that set? If I was going to play that set, I'd be an idiot unless I start throwing 8s all. I mean, anything can happen in the casino.
Right.
Yeah, that bottom one kind of gives you a comparison of all the other axial groups as well.
Yeah,
which one gives you advantages, which one gives you disadvantages, that kind of thing.
Right. Yep. No, that's just.
So I'm going to show you 2 more screens real quick, and then we'll just talk.
Okay. Then we'll just talk. Sure.
All right. So there's 21 columns in what we call a coaster chart, which gives you 856 top. I think it's 807. Shit. 576 possible dice combinations as a set to shoot with. So each one of these numbers at the top represents a primary number in that column up here. Okay. Now, if you come right over here to number 16, and you look right down there, you'll see a red highlight of 8.59 at the bottom down there of the SRR.
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get to 16. It's kind of hard for me to do what I'm doing.
Never mind. You see the red dot. The red dot.
Yes, I do. Yep, I see it.
Right.
Yep.
That matches my original 8.59 on the dice set that I've shooting, right?
Right.
So then I make a simple move into this. That was column 16. So see, I've got it marked up here, group 16. And all the SRRs are exactly the same all the way across. And right up here at the very top, you see all the combinations that are in that group. So all those groups obviously have the 7s in the same spot because the SRR is exactly the same. And I've got them color-coded and marked as cross, there's cross 6 mutants. There's V2. There's another cross 6 mutants. There's another V2. There's V3s in there. All 21. There's 21 of them. So then, now back out. Back out. So then I can go all the way to the bottom. And I know you're probably having a hard time reading this, but this tells me on the left-hand side, it shows 6, 8, 5, 9, 4, and 10. So it gives me a combination of which sets give me, or what those sets give me on those numbers. I've got a cross, I've got outside, even, field, craps, horn, And guess what else I've got at the very bottom? I've got the world bet sitting there. Right? Now,
Nice.
world bets include sevens. World
Right.
bets include sevens. So if I look at here. Look at that column right there. All them highlighted numbers. That one set, based on the ones I threw, gives me 361 field numbers out of that 700 and whatever it was, 30. Almost 50%.
Right. Well, the
Right?
field's supposed to hit 44% of the time now.
Yeah, but that's just what it's just telling me. But
Okay.
228 of them was world bet hits.
Wow. Come out action there is extraordinary.
So that's a come out set.
Yes.
All right. So if I want, you see that that high number of 535.
Yes.
All right. That's the ones that give me the most across numbers, and it also, you see that?
I can zoom in.
There's the across. There's the across.
Right.
That would have given me 535 across hits. This 363 right there on the same set also gives me the most even numbers. 363 of those tosses would have been one of the even numbers. 4, 6, 8, or 10. So if you're an even number better, that's your set, at least to start with. Or if you're going to throw that set, don't bet more than the even numbers.
Gotcha. Interesting. Very interesting. We probably got into some things that we could do another show here, but we could never get the 730 rolls in. But wow, it's impressive, Ed. Very impressive.
I'm just looking across. Like
I start.
if you want to throw, if you're looking to flip 4s and 10s, then you go to your 4 and 10 set, which right there, 143 of those tosses would have been 4s and 10s. Right? If you're looking to be a flipper, there's your set right up there at the top of that thing.
Wow, very interesting.
You,
so you showed
me
in
Mississippi. If you're in Mississippi and you want to take advantage of that auto buy on that 5 and 9, maybe you ought to throw that set right there. Because there's 198 of them 5 and 9s, and you still got the same SRR. So when people ask you, when do you change sets? If you know 3 or 4 of your basic sets, and then you know how to flip them manually, you can get into any of these sets that are on this screen without changing the 7s. That's the whole key. I'm going to scroll back to the top because you'll see you've got 3 V's, cross 6s, and 2 V's, all with the same 7s in the same sets, or the same spots. So that's what you want, and that's how you figure out, I need a 12, which one gives me the best roll, best opportunity. Well, if I'm shooting for a 12, what's the best secondary number on it or something? I mean, you've got to figure out the risk and the reward, but the 7s are in the same spot. So if the 7 comes, it would have been a 7 with whatever you were throwing originally anyway. That's what I'm trying to say.
Gotcha.
You don't change the probability of hitting a 7 if you have the influence.
All right. Well, Ed, we might have just come up with another topic sometime for another show. In 2 weeks, I won't be here because I'll be in Atlantic City with my AC group. So we'll probably do something maybe in September. We'll come back and do something. Let me switch this screen over. You always do that. You always surprise me when you're going to do that. Let's get back to a couple questions here, Ed. I think we may have a couple more questions up here. So let me go back. This is from you. This is from your site. We're going to stay with Bone Tracker just 1 second, guys. I'll get to the questions that was asked of me on my 6.5 set. So Novato says the way I see it, Ed, would be bet heavy on the 6. I can't see what else that says. Oh shoot, the 6
easy
6
and hard, 8 hard, 4 hard, and 5 based on that die set. Whatever it said, he might be right. I didn't.
He was, because you showed us that one chart where the 7s were low and the 6, 9, 10s were higher, and then the 4s and the the eights, I think. I can't remember, but it was. So I mean, you got to learn how to learn the chart. You got to download the chart. You got to throw the rules. You got to input it. You got to take the time to practice, and that's where it comes out.
I don't know.
I'm gonna put this.
The hard six. The hard six was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It was 13th. I don't know. I mean, when I look up here above it, I didn't show you all this, but above it, it tells you your probability of hitting hard ways with what you threw. Okay. The one thing that Bone Tracker doesn't do, and I wished I could get my guys to program it in there, is give me sets that if I had used that set would have been a hard way. Then I got gold.
Oh,
I can't.
I've, I've been there with you. I've been there when you got.
Because you know
paid,
how I like to do it. You know exactly how I like to do it.
I saw you get paid $2,100 or $2,100 on back-to-back hard tens.
Yes, it was nice.
That was nice. It was nice. Follow up from Greg. Then we're going to get to Duracell. Then we're going to get to my questions. Ed, is it potentially proportionate? If so, it can be a zero-sum game. Not saying that it is. I'm only asking a question. I get what he's saying by zero-sum game.
Explain it to me. Explain it to me, somebody, because I'm too dumb to understand.
Yeah, Greg, can you put that in there? I'm going to go through a couple more chats, and we're going to call this because I'm going to ask him that if you can explain the zero-sum game with Duracell, who I know puts in a lot of practice. I've been on with Duracell, and he's constantly practicing his roles too. Let me see. There was something here they put here. It's all about being consistent and learning your dominant faces and then bet accordingly. And he follows that up later with bet your advantage that you can throw it. And then he says, being a dice setter doesn't mean you're a DI, dice influencer.
Oh,
so people don't put in the work
that
to get consistent.
I get so damn aggravated at you the way you change dice sets during the middle of the day, I could reach through there and just slap you.
Well, I'm doing it because I'm practicing. I'm practicing changing my dice sets for that reason.
All right, so I'm going to tell you, quit doing that bullshit and get yourself in the Bone Tracker. You start working on sets you're going to pay for in a casino, and practice the sets that's going to pay off for you in a casino.
Damn, that was my line when you said, quit doing that shit. I say it once a show, and that's the bottom line because Ed Robinson from Roll to Win said so. That was my time I was supposed to say that.
I mean, really, you need to be if you're gonna spend time on YouTube like you do. I mean, you're throwing 60 tosses, 72 tosses. You might as well be working on your Bone Tracker sets. It's not the same. It's not the same doing it on YouTube as when you're just focusing and trying to shoot. So don't use those numbers that you're tossing, but practice your sets.
I think that's what he's just
no,
telling
that
you.
throw me off a bit. Yeah. So he's asking, does it throw me off to switch sets? Not a bit. Not it used to until I started trusting it. All right. So I had to convince myself that everything was accurate. And I did. Once I did it, I accepted it. Then you memorize 4 sets. You memorize 4 sets, and then you know how to switch them manually after that, and you're done. And the 4 sets correspond to the 4 different axes.
We have some chat going back and forth between Greg from Fives, and I see where Greg's coming from. He's not being the naysayer, but I understand where he comes from. He's using logic. If you're knocking off certain 7 rolls and you're knocking off equal amounts of other numbers, then isn't it meaningful? And then Biff comes back, and Biff says, 555s, or Greg, you're making a good point, but you're opening up a can of worms. If you need constant reevaluation of the dice sets, your shot is probably not very consistent. Shooting accurately is very difficult. And he has the crying face on there. So I think we've
all right, so leave that one up for a moment. Leave that one up for a moment.
Okay.
You didn't leave it up. There you go.
Yeah, it falls every 20 seconds.
Everyone needs a constant reevaluation of their toss because you get into bad habits. All right. So I hadn't thrown a 720 book in 6 months. But you know what? My sets changed. My toss has changed. I've either got a bad habit, I'm getting older, something's changed. I've worn out my felt, whatever it is. Something's changed. So I want to know what's changed before I go put my hard-earned money out there on those box numbers before I can kill that casino. Now, I say that facetiously. So 555 asked me, well, if I'm eliminating sevens and I'm eliminating other numbers, I'm not really eliminating a number. I'm eliminating facial combinations. Okay? I'm eliminating facial combinations. So we showed on that chart, Ed, if Ed was throwing that set, that 5, 3, 6, 2, then he's going to bet the 6, 9, and 10. Was that it?
Yep.
That's going to be my first. I'm only going to bet 3 numbers.
And then the 4s and the 10s.
I'm probably going to throw the 8 out there. But so I'm going to bet 4 numbers, and I'm going to let that go. Whatever it was, 6, 9, and 10. 6, 9, and 10, that was it. And I'm probably going to throw in the 8.
Yeah, but you had better.
Throw in an 8.
But your other 2 numbers that were better than the 8 were the 4 and 10 on that chart.
Yeah. So if I start throwing 4s, if the 4 comes early, right? There's only 3 ways to make a 4 with two set of dice. And if it's the second toss I throw out of the box, then I'm probably going to put some money on the 4 because it's already ahead of the probability of it hitting. That's going back to math of the game.
Yep. There's Novato from your channel. Thinks it's mind blowing.
Look, you gotta. You can't. I see people on Facebook all the time. They go out there and they throw 36. They throw 36 or 72 tosses, and they throw it up there. And look how great I am. Well, go ahead and throw another. Finish out your 720, and then let's see how good you are. Because I can tell you on that book right there, my first 90 rolls, my SR was well over 9, way over 9, and I had like 3% double pitches. My double pitches ended up right there where they were supposed to be by the time I got through with that book. But that first 90, I was on fire. I mean, if that had been casino tosses, it would have been unreal.
I have 2 points here. One, Stoney's asked, Ed, can you go back to the Costa chart and explain the 730 rolls? We can do it in another show, Stoney. Maybe we'll come back and do that. Maybe Ed will throw another 730 book by the time we get back here. I don't know. But I'm curious too, Stoney. After the last show, I fired up my bone tracker again, and I started doing a few things. I put about 120 rolls in there, maybe a little more than that. And I stayed with one set. I actually stayed with a 6564, if you want to know. And I started working with a set that El Toro suggested, 6442.
Stay with look. If you're going to do this, you got to use 2 colored dice. That way you're always consistent. Your left die, your right die. I don't have depends on the size. If I'm throwing the big dice, I got to use black and red or something like that. They ain't got to be. I mean, it says green and red on the book. I got green and red small dice, but I don't have any green large dice. So, you got to be consistent. You got to throw the same set every time. You got to try to emulate the same toss over and over and over. And if you're getting your butt kicked on that set, quit sweating it because you're trying to figure out which set you need. You're not trying to prove how good you are on that book with that set.
Right. No, excellent. I mean, we've gone over the time frame for today, but this was really good. We probably should have started with this, and we'd still be talking about it now without having the terrible rolls we had. You had a 15 high today, and I had a high of a 14, and we sucked the rest of the time. But, Greg, just because you reacted...
I had 2, but think about this. I had 2 8s. That's almost my SRR. I don't remember what else I had. I had 2 8s. I had whatever you said. You figure all that in, I'm probably right on my SRR tonight. I didn't have a long roll, but you had the opportunity to make money. If you can make money on an 8 roller, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. That's the KPI from tonight. And between us, we didn't do bad. We just, we were average, one roll below, and we had one PS or one early out, 2 early outs. We had 2 early outs. So we had 8 shooters. and 66 rolls. Oh, sorry.
Probably over 8, or right at 8, whatever it is. You
Yeah,
can
it's
take
8.3.
15,
Yeah.
8, 8, and 5 and add them together and divide by 4, and that would buy SRR. I don't care about SOR. SOR means nothing. Absolutely nothing other than it extends the roll.
All right.
I can't
Let me put
count
this
on
up here.
SOR.
Let me put this up here for Greg, because I don't want him to think that he's opening a can of worms. Because here's what I think, Greg. When you said you were
No,
correct the question, not
I
starting
didn't take
trouble.
anything he said. I didn't take anything.
No, that's what I was
Wrong
going to say.
at all.
Greg, you didn't start anything here. Actually, what you did, Greg, is you added to the debate. And you and I have talked offline, Greg, that debate is good for the community as long as it's educational, factual, and somewhat correct. Now, we're talking mathematics with the Excel spreadsheet with Bone Tracker, but Ed tracked 730 rolls. So I think your questions, Greg, added to this conversation that we had tonight spot on, because it makes you think.
I
Yeah,
didn't take it in any kind of way. And if anybody in chat took it wrong, then that's their problem. But I mean, it's a legitimate question. I reduced 7s, and I also reduced other facial combinations. But I know what my 3 strongest numbers were with that, and then I go in there and I go to the other possible sets, and I know which numbers those sets give me. I'm not worried about always hitting a 4, that 1-3 that was, or a 3-1, whichever it was down there, or the hard 10. I don't need to bet the hard 10. If I'm hitting 6 4s, I'm happy, or 4
Right.
6s. I'm happy.
Yep.
Right. So, wager me this.
No, I got
What
you.
is this show? It is Mutt and Jeff.
Yeah, it's the Mutt and Jeff show, Jacob. I was just putting up there. Jacob's joined us. This is what Ed and I have been doing about every other Thursday, maybe every third Thursday. We've been doing it for a while. We come on, we do a little bit of rollout for the guys in Crapsee, and then Ed just analyzed the Bone Tracker software, and he just blew my mind away with a set of 730 rolls. Now, I know, Jacob, on your recent series that you're doing, Jacob, I noticed that you're actually setting the dice and trying to be some type of influencer of the dice with your 1,000 to 10,000 series that you're doing. So if you back up probably maybe 20 or 25 minutes ago, Ed had Bone Tracker up on the screen, and it was a really good conversation. Now, for those of you that are watching, both Ed and I will only leave these shows up live. You have to go to our unlisted section for about 48 hours because they just murder our algorithm in YouTube. So they were live in our playlist. So if you don't mind, Ed, I'd like to back up about 30 minutes and answer a couple questions here that were asked. I don't even know if he's still here from me.
I don't want to run you late.
Yeah, that's okay. Mike McCall, when we were back talking about my 6-5-6-4 set, he said, based on what you shared, the set 6-5-6-4 is the left thigh typically explodes to a 3, and the right thigh pitches forward when rotation to a 4, resulting in a 3-4-7 out. Part 1, and then his part 2 comes up, and he says, then I would think that you would change your dice set to a 6-5-3-6, which would typically result in a 3-6-9, correct? And that's kind of like what I was asking you, Ed. That's the point when you had my setup there. Is Mike on the right track here? I'll put the first part up again. You can read it.
I think he is. Yeah.
He
But
asked the question.
You didn't really talk about one die off axis. You just talked about the right die going forward, as you put it.
Yes. Yeah, and I guess Mike was reading my mind because he understood what I was trying to say, and producing the show, maybe I didn't come out. But so you're right, Mike. I wanted to get back to say, yes, this is exactly what I expected you to do. Greg, we'll see you. Appreciate it. Just stopping by. We're almost getting to wrap this show up. I do want to answer this question. If Stent Placer is still here, he asked me, Mac, going to Borgata in 6 days, how are the tables and a $15 tables? You will find a $15 table at the Borgata early in the morning. The problem is, since they put their only crapless table that's in Atlantic City now, it is going to be open. The table will be open at 15. By noontime, they'll have another table open, and everything will be $25 at the Borgata. It'll be $25 at the Borgata for the most part every day of the week afternoon. If you're looking for a $15 game when you're at the Borgata, you've got the Harrah's right around the corner. They're going to have a $10 and a $15 game during the weekdays. every morning. They'll open up to second, third, fourth, and fifth table as needed. And then you got the Golden Nugget, which I tend to like the Golden Nugget. It's a harder table, ATS one table, and the one table not ATS. If you're looking for a nice table to roll, go to the Oceans on the boards. It's where the Rebel used to be, next to the Showboat, which is no longer a casino, which was next to the Taj Mahal, which is now the Hard Rock. So if you're going to have some fun in Atlantic City, those are some of the places you want to go. Caesars probably has the most consistent tables on the boards. Harris has the most consistent tables back in the marina area. There, I've answered that. Whew.
KK want to know what the difference was in SOR and SRR.
All right, go ahead.
SOR is 7-out ratio. It means how often do you 7 out per toss versus how many times. SRR is sevens to rolls ratio. SRR tells you how many times you roll a 7 and how many rolls on average. So I never look at that. The SOR is not even in Bone Tracker. I could care less. All SOR is something that Bone Thrower come up with to make him feel better.
Yep. Here's a good point that Jacob makes here. One thing I want to say about DI, and call it what you want, controlled shooter. No matter what you believe in, if it's not worth doing it, it makes you comfortable while you're playing. And I have said that all the time. If something you're doing is making you more competent in what you're doing, practice at home. Do what Ed's talked about tonight. Do exactly what Novato put up here. You put the time in, you practice like you play, and you play like you practice, and you see the results. Ed, I've been working with Ed not quite 2 years, but almost 2 years. My light-sided play, my controlled shooting has just come out tenfold. I'm a hybrid player. I'm a dark side hybrid player. As Greg calls me, I'm a hybrid light-sided hedger. Either way you want to look at it, I've changed now, depending upon who I play with. If I go by myself or I go with a group of people, my game has just changed. Just changed. With that, Ed, let's go ahead and close the show up. We went 2.5 hours again today. I even asked you, could we go 2 hours? But we got into a topic that maybe gets us into another topic.
Another
Looks
show,
like we go from show to show.
weeks.
Yeah.
You're going to be in Atlantic City.
Yes.
You're going to be in Atlantic City in 2 weeks, so we're not going to be shooting. We're not going to be doing this.
We're not going to be doing the show.
So maybe 3 weeks we'll have a show.
Maybe 3 weeks. Yep. Your good friend Bud says great show tonight. I think maybe we shortened. Thank you, Jacob. We shortened the rolls, the roll part, the rollout. What we tried to do, guys, is we tried to do a roll where we could have a 15 roller or double digit, 10 to 15. Both Ed and I did. We really didn't go back and analyze that. I think because we probably were both frustrated because Ed's last roll was his best roll. My middle roll was my best roll. We didn't go back and analyze them because we kind of moved over into Bone Tracker. It's a good show. I think it's a good show. Thank you, Jacob.
I jumped on Greg.
Appreciate it.
I jumped on that 2V that Greg threw out there. When I asked somebody to give me a shot, give me a die set, and that came up, I went, I'm in. Give me that.
Yes.
2V set. It was, it's a mutant 2V, but yeah, I knew exactly what it was. I said, I'll shoot that.
Yep. All right, Ed, we're getting a couple kudos coming in here. Guys, we're going to do this again in a couple Thursdays. I'll be in Atlantic City in 2 weeks, and we'll have a little bit of talk about that. Maybe we'll be able to tell you a couple stories. That's all I can say about that because it's a 10-time Caesars weekend all over the United States. The AC group's going to be in full-fledged for 5 days during the 10 times weekend. We've got people coming in from the north, the south, and the west. People that were going to go to the Midwest show somewhere in the Midwest, they're now staying on the East Coast, and we're going to have a good time. But we do know that it's going to be a $25 table, and I think Ed and I, the last 2 times, we've practiced at a $25 table. So I didn't tonight. I should have, but I didn't. But I still have 2 weeks to go before I get to Atlantic City.
Can I answer KK's question on my side real quick?
Yeah,
let
me
sorry.
get to it.
I know we need to go. But he's got an important question.
Did I miss it? Hold on, let me find it.
KK.
There it is. I got it.
Yeah. Now, look, the 7-out ratio I could care less about because all that is how many times did I roll before I gave up the dice, right? That's what that means. All right. I want to know how many times on average I can roll the dice, not because Bone Tracker says it, but because it's a fact. How many times on average can I roll the dice before I expect a 7? All right. That's where my advantage play comes in. That's part of the advantage play of being a dice influencer, if you want to call it that, or a controlled shooter. If my SRR is 8.6, which we just looked at on that particular set, then I can expect to hit 6.5 roughly box numbers for every 7 that I throw, versus passing the dice on the 6th throw, which is the norm, which is the mathematical norm, right?
And either not making money or not making as much money.
That's correct. So that's why I look at SRR. It's not because Bone Tracker says it. It's just because it's a fact, right? It's got nothing to do with Bone Tracker. He calls it Bone Thrower. Bone Thrower is a guy that has a YouTube channel. Yeah. Bone Tracker is the mathematical formulas built into Bone Tracker to track your actual dice tosses. Oh, I wish I was in Biloxi. I really do. I got a friend down there right now.
This guy here that's there, Biloxi Craps, his name is Keeley. He plays with Brian from Hawaii Crap Shooters. When I was in Vegas with him in March, I asked him if he ever saw you at the table. He said one time he thought he did, but he's never introduced himself to you. So the next time he's there, he'll come up to you, and he's a real good friend with Chef Dice and Brian from Hawaii Crap Shooters. He's a real nice guy. I played with him.
He's good. And 220 Inside is down there right now and through like Monday, I think.
Yep.
I shouldn't have said that, but I did.
I like this thing that Jacob just put up there. Craps doesn't change with table minimums. If you really think about that, that's a profound statement, and he's right. I'm not going to say the old adage, if you want to win more, bring more, but if you're going to play a $25 table on a $15 table, it makes no difference. Correct?
Well, I'd rather win on a $25 table than lose on a $10 table.
Yes, that is exactly right. That's exactly
you're going to be less knuckleheads on a $25 table than the $10 table.
Exactly. You're exactly right. Yep. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate the kudos. We try to do this. Maybe we'll have to limit our roles. We try to please the Crapsee crowd and play on Crapsee, but this last hour talk portion of it has been really good. Let's put this up here from Biff, and we're going to call this after this comment. If you like big odds on your pass line bet, then the SOR is very important. What do you think, Ed?
I don't necessarily agree because if my SOR, if it's a come out 7, which SOR includes is just a lucky hit or just another toss, that I ain't got no freaking odds on there.
Say that again. I got that. I'd say it again. That's why I said that. If you can say it again.
Put it back in there so I can answer it correctly. I don't want to be a smart ass. But all right. If it's a come out 7, which SOR includes is just another toss, right? Right. And I got no odds behind that number to start with. That make sense?
It makes sense to me. I don't know that it answers the question, but you always hear most people that talk.
If you like big odds on your pass line, bet the SOR is very important. Well, SOR, I will maintain, and I'm, just call me stubborn. Makes you feel good. It's a bigger number than SRR, and that's why people like it. It's always a bigger number than SRR.
When you do talk to people that control shoot, I don't want to call it out there because there's so many believers, non-believers. When you talk about somebody that, well,
you can call it controlled random for all I care.
Well, most people, though, like the BSR. They like the box to 7 roll ratio. They like that number as well as the SRR. All right. Yeah. Real quick, off of your side, Caching, ask a question to Ed. What is a rhythm roller? And we're going to call the show after that, guys. We appreciate everybody's questions that put up there. But, Ed, what do you call a rhythm roller?
Yeah. That's a tough definition, and I don't know that I got a good one. But basically, it's somebody who just takes the dice as they're pushed to them, and they kind of pick them up and they just go ahead and give them some kind of toss, whatever their little toss is. I mean, they may do a bunch of juju circles and stuff like this and that kind of thing, or they may bounce them against the wall and they find something, they pick them up and they throw them. Those are kind of rhythm rollers in my book.
All right. We're going to end the show on this slide. I swear we are, because what Duracell just put, which I'm not going to put up here.
I didn't mean to offend whoever asked that question a while ago. Because
I don't think you did, because Jacob from Waging Me This says, SOR or an SRR, keep up with your results. Don't lie to yourself. Use this information for your advantage. It's exactly what you just said. Jacob just kind of twisted it around. Whether you believe in the SOR or, as you say, Ed, the SRR is more important. Use it for your advantage. These tools are out there for free. $12 for a lifetime rate to get Bone Tracker.
Yeah, and Victor says dice have no memory, and I agree, but they damn sure got a history when I'm tossing them.
They do, and I've been there. I've been there with you, Victor. I appreciate you popping in here. You might want to go back and watch from when we stopped rolling the dice, Victor, and watch it forward. Ed does a very good illustration of just one set of 730 rolls in Bone Tracker. Guys, we're going to call the show here with that. I'd like to put up what Duracell put up his last comment on SOR is, but I'm not going to put it up there. Duracell, if you're on my side, you'll know what it is. I'll tell Ed what it is after the show. Ed, you got the final word, and then we're going to get out of here.
Practice like you play like you practice. Go roll to win.
All right, guys. You go roll to win. There you have it. All right, guys, we'll be back in about 3 weeks. I'm going to put this one comment up here out of the chat. I'm waiting for this to fall, and then I'm going to get out of here. You're going to like this one, Ed. You're going to like it. Here's from Rich. I'm waiting for it to fall. Rich says, thank you, Mutt and Jeff. hey, guys, be safe. Play smart. Yeah, Mutt and Jeff. Mutt, that way. I always get it backwards. Stage right, stage left. Yeah, Mutt and Jeff. All right, guys, take care. Be safe, play smart. We'll see you in a couple, 3 weeks.